this will pretty much just be a yap session, then a in-depth review. And so for the first arc of Kagurabachi, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. Let's dive in a little bit into the story. So we have the main character, Chihiro. Pretty cool character, I gotta say. We start off with Chihiro's dad, and he's a pretty goofy guy. His name's Kunishige. And one of the first interactions we get with his dad is like, it was kind of funny. It was when he's talking about these goldfish that he recently got. And I forgot what he says. He's like, these goldfish are cool or something. I forgot what it was, something about goldfish. And Chihiro's like, damn, I'm going to end up taking care of these goldfish, which he did. But sometime after that, Chihiro's dad actually died. And I was like, yeah, I get it. That's par for the course. It is shown in Jump. And to get more backstory, Chihiro's dad, Kunishige, is actually very well renowned. He's a swordsmith and he creates enchanted blades using a material that gets explained later on in the arc called Datenseki. So essentially, they use this material which takes in spirit energy. Oh, well, that's another thing, spirit energy. So this spirit energy that everyone has, I think, I'm pretty sure everyone has spirit energy. Anyways, this spirit energy gets put into the Datenseki, and it's supposed to like harness the spirit energy with you explode or whatever. But Chihiro's dad was like, what if I take this material that will make you explode and just hammer it down and turn it into a sword? And he did. There's this war that they keep referring to called the Seitei War. A whole bunch of people died. It's pretty reminiscent to Gintama's Amanto War. They always refer to this war, the Amanto War. So many people died. It keeps getting referenced. Here in Kagurabachi, at least at the start, there's a similar thing kind of going on. They keep referencing this Seitei War. All these enchanted blade users are renowned as heroes. He's renowned as a hero. However, because these weapons, enchanted blades, are essentially the nukes of this world, obviously people want them. This really bad organization kind of breaks into the Kunishige residence or whatever, and they take the enchanted blades and they kill Chihiro's father. Chihiro is left with the scar. Chihiro expresses that this scar is a good reminder of his vengeance, or the revenge that he's gonna take. We're introduced to this kid, this brat named Char, and Char's like, hey, funnily enough, enchanted blades, I'm actually running away from a guy that has an enchanted blade, believe it or not. And Chihiro's like, say less. And she's like, give me some food. And Chihiro's like, damn, this kid wants food. But you know what? He gets her food. What a swell guy. And she's, having the time of her life, and they get ambushed, and you're like, oh my god, we're getting ambushed. And that's when a new spirit user, sorcerer, I don't know what you call him, a bad person, he starts fighting Chihiro with his spirit power that I believe it's explosions. He's an exploding guy. Him and Chihiro duke it out. Chihiro wins, humbles the guy a bit. Shiba also tells him, hey, you don't gotta be like this, man. You got a sister? The exploding guy's like, yeah, I do have a sister now that you mention it. And he's like, shit, that's all you had to say, man. I'm gonna change my ways. He gives his sister a call. He's like, yo, pick me up. His sister pulls up, but hold on, Sojo kills her, and then he kills the exploding guy. Damn, Sojo kills. Sojo be killing. He do be killing a lot. And so Chihiro keeps Char safe, but that doesn't last very long, because Sojo versus oh my. Turns out that the person that Char was referring to that had this enchanted blade was actually Sojo. Sojo has the Cloud Gouger. I believe it's Cloud Gauger. I'm gonna call it Cloud Gauger. And Sojo pulls up to this fine establishment where the info breaker is, and his goal is to obviously take Char. Char's like, oh well shit, that ain't good. Chihiro's like, well yeah, that's not good. So both of these fellas duke it out. Oh, okay, first of all, there are 6 enchanted blades. Chihiro's dad actually made a 7th one though, and this one's called Enten. This is the enchanted blade that Chihiro possesses, the Enten. He's able to use Kuro. I'm trying to remember what Kuro actually does. I think Kuro was long-range attacks. His enchanted blade has another power called Aka, which absorbs and releases. He was either fighting Sojo or the exploding guy, and in one of the attacks, he used Aka to absorb an attack and then release it. And then there's another, it has a third one called Nishiki, which is, I think he cloaks his Chihiro's body with spirit energy and it enhances his attacks, I think. Something like that, because I know it makes him faster. But Cloud Gauger, oh dude, Cloud Gauger is so cool. Yeah, Cloud Gauger is just awesome. And I will say this enchanted source system is so cool. Okay, so essentially this spirit energy that Chihiro has, it takes shape in the form of fish. Probably something having to do with the fish in the first chapter, I'm assuming, because fish are cool.
You know, here in North Carolina, we like to respect wildlife. Backflip!
As for Cloud Gauger, I mean, May, straight up lightning, Yui, I mean, ice. It's a lot more blunt. Yui, my goat. It's very cool. Cloud Gauger is, I don't know why I like Cloud Gauger so much. I think the attacks are just way cooler. Yeah, it's just a cool sword. Chihiro is fighting Sojo. However, Chihiro notices that there's a leg sticking out of a car. Chihiro rushes to the car. Sojo isn't making it easy. The Kume-nabi pulls up, which is basically a organization of sorcerers. They help Chihiro catch up to the car. Chihiro catches up to the car, and that's when you're like, oh damn, this is just a severed leg. What the frick? This is a kid's leg. Hold on, I actually forgot to mention this. Char has this ability where she's able to heal her entire body. She did lose a leg, but hey, she can get it back. Essentially, they chop up Char's leg. They use it as a decoy. Char is in a different car. Sojo gets into this car. She's all Charizard. Kume-nabi and Chihiro start, hashing out a plan to save Char. So now with the plan to save Char, we cut to a scene where, unfortunately, Char is being, she's being 0-2'd, trying to see how good her healing ability is. And, damn, Jesus. How horrifying. We do get a little bit more of Char's backstory. Her mother, she's part of a clan where they have this healing ability, and obviously they're sought after because who doesn't want to be a starfish? So Char's mother's like, I'm not gonna let this happen to Char because obviously that's my daughter. She helps Char escape. She stays behind. It's heavily implied that Char's mom is now dead. And now with a plan to rescue Char, with the help of the Kume-nabi, Chihiro pulls up to the bad guy establishment to save Char. And while he saves Char, we have the Kume-nabi that are keeping Sojo distracted by fighting him. They cooked up this, 5D chess plan to defeat Sojo. However, Sojo plays ball. I gotta admit, Sojo pretty much wipes the floor with them. I think only one of the members from this group alone survives. Everybody else dies. And now Chihiro is fighting bad guys at the bad guy establishment. Chihiro's all worn down. He's tired. But then he gets a flashback from his father, who basically says, "Lock in, my son." Dab. He uses a move called Kuro Shred, summons a whole bunch of blackfish, and as the name would suggest, I'm pretty sure he shreds them. And this is when I went from liking Kagurabachi to, okay, this is starting to mean something to me now. Like, I really started, this is where I was like, okay, this is fucking peak. Chihiro pulls up to Char. Char was being tortured, obviously, so she's crying, she's in tears. But at this moment, they're happy tears because she tells Chihiro, I knew you would come for me, but what took you so long? She's crying. Chihiro gives her a hamburger. It's like, oh my goodness. I'm a sucker for this. This is high quality writing in my book. Such a sweet moment. Char has this flashback of her mother telling her to heal so that the pain could go away. That's when they show that Char can not only heal herself, but she can heal other people as well. So she heals Chihiro's arm. This is when we get peak. Oh my goodness. This is when we get the final showdown between Chihiro and Sojo, and oh my god, is it peak. There's a timer between Cloud Gauger and the amount of times that I can use May, which is lightning. It was like 10 seconds or something. And this entire battle basically boils down to, I gotta cut this guy down before he can use May again. Chihiro and Sojo are like in a complete different space, eating dango or something. And they're having a conversation, and they're starting to understand each other. They're like, hey, you know what? Me and you, we are the same. Except you like cutting down kids. And like I said, there's a countdown. Chihiro loses an arm, but it's okay because that's all part of the plan. And it's so fucking cool. And basically it goes from the second to the millisecond. He cuts Sojo down. He's like, I am the Kagurabachi.
I'm here at Barry Island Beach, and there's no sign of the sun.
And holy peak. That fight, oh my god, I explained that fight in the worst way possible, but holy crap, it's so fucking good. It's peak peak. And although Chihiro did cut Sojo down, he didn't kill him. Sojo goes back to the bad guy establishment into the lab, and he grabs one of the Datenseki. When he puts his energy into the Datenseki, well, it doesn't work out for him. The energy bounces back and basically disintegrates Sojo. He ends up going, "Grah!" He gets a flashback to Chihiro, where Chihiro tells him, you're a bum-ass. And I believe that's the end of Sojo. Gone. And now, with the arc out of the way, what are my thoughts of it? And I'll be a bit more clear on that. My first thought when I first picked up Kagurabachi, at least in the first couple of chapters, I really am not digging the character designs. At least at the beginning, they look kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It's just not my taste, I guess. For example, Shiba, at the beginning, I'm like, who is this guy? What a bum looking character. But obviously, the more you spend time with these characters, the more you start being like, hey, you know what? You're kind of goated, actually. The power system is just typical shonen bread and butter. But I think where it really shines is these enchanted blades. These enchanted blades are just so cool. Even in later arcs, you have some doing some crazy ass shit. When it comes to, like, you know, magic swords in anime, I think that these enchanted blades, their power system is as polished as it could be. They're just so good. It's just such a cool concept. There's not really a character I dislike. So far, I do like these characters. The story did feel a bit, you know, run-of-the-mill shonen. It does feel kind of generic, but I don't care. From the beginning, I'd say the beginning of Kagurabachi kind of started off feeling a bit as a 7, and then towards the end, it really, oh my goodness, I think towards the end, to me, it was a 9. I was swiping to these pages. I was like, oh my god, I was really engaged. For this arc, I think an 8. I think it's an 8 out of 10. For the first arc being this engaging, I think it deserves an 8 out of 10. This is more of a yap than a review. That's why this review is kind of stupid, but I'm just reviewing it for fun. Very fun. Kagurabachi is very fun. The first arc is very fun. The characters are fun. At the end of the day, it's just a fun story that I enjoyed. So yeah, there you go. 8 out of 10.